We're somewhere in Africa. I have no idea. And we just found the best trackers in the world. This is gonna go great. We found evidence of some poachers in the area, so we took their lunch. I was like, there's two bullets.
Originally I'm gonna say that.
I can't wait to talk about this shit. Fucking make me a blanket when I come to.
Well, for us all three.
You see, I'm bloated now.
The party PH of all of Limpopo.
You sound like King Julian from Madagascar.
Cheers.
Thanks for always having facts.
I'm Mark Rohenbacher, and this is my second trip to Africa. Last year, I spent 15 days between Limpopo and the Eastern Cape and couldn't wait to get back, so it hasn't even been a full year. It's going to be a different hunt than last time. We're going after more dangerous game, and we're making it more challenging. Recently, I've gotten into hunting with subsonic ammunition, and that just changes the game. You have to stalk better, you have to get closer. It's kind of a combination between archery hunting and long distance. But with long distance, sometimes the animal may not even know you're there. But at 100, 150, 200 yards, I have to make the same changes to my gun that you would for that long shot. So again, it just provides that closer interaction, and I've really liked it. So Romano and I have talked, and it'll be even a challenge for him this week as we stalk, but we're excited to do that. At the 100-yard, sometimes I get a little bit of deviation, but I think it's me because you're shooting such a slow bullet.
Yeah.
Any movement can push it off. So I'm still trying to get, MOA, well, out of a 12-inch barrel, I think if you can even hold
It's
1.5, 2 MOA accuracy, like that's fine.
I would say maybe do the wildebeest with that 210.
I feel good, subsonic round, but heavier bullet. It has been tested. It was tested on Cape Buffalo in its development. So I'm looking forward to putting that to my own test. We'll see how it does.
Yeah, that is actually what we all want to see, because I think we've discussed the thing about 8.6 has got enough power to put down a buffalo. And yeah, I'm looking forward to see what it's actually going to do.
Yeah. So day one after zeroing the rifle, we started to pursue wildebeest, which was a leftover game that I didn't take from last time. We spent multiple days trying to stalk wildebeest, and it was really difficult. I gained a lot of respect for that animal. Just a lot of eyes, not very curious, and they'll move off of you. So it was the hardest thing to hunt, and yeah, that didn't change this year. So the first day was wildebeest. We figured let's warm up into it, and we ran into some problems. We got on 2 very good stalks, and we missed. We had about a 150-yard shot.
Oh shit. Did you hit that branch underneath?
That's what I'm wondering.
The one in the middle, broadside.
Broadside? Yeah, that's him. Yeah. And then we had about a 170-yard shot, and it didn't work. He couldn't have been more than 100.
177.
No way. That to that tree?
Yeah.
Fuck.
That bus tree there.
Then it went underneath him.
Yeah. It hurt like he
it was very low. So, yes, fucking motherfucker.
And so we had to circle back, and we realized that there was a little bit of a misunderstanding or miscommunication. When we zeroed, I knew my dope at 100 yards. It turns out the range was measured in meters, and so it was about 130 yards. So again, going back to subsonic hunting, every 25 yards can matter. And so we just didn't have the right, we didn't have it right. So we realized that, and we corrected it the second day. Right here. That's a true 100.
Yeah, yards.
Yeah.
This is too close.
Huh?
It just shows you that 100 meters to 100 yards, that it makes a difference, eh? Sucks on. Nothing wrong with that.
See, but that was the difference
Yeah,
between 20 yards.
yeah,
So,
yes sir.
okay, now that we've confirmed good yardage, I feel better about today. Now the second day, we were gonna look for either buffalo or wildebeest. We came up short, got on a few stalks, but really couldn't get anywhere in range. The third day, we decided to up the ante and go for a golden wildebeest instead of just your common blue, which I was excited about because if you look at all the color variants, the golden is by far my favorite. So we start to stalk. We're just having trouble. I mean, we've pressured a few different herds. They're very much aware of us. And so at one point, multiple herds got into this open area, and there was just no way we were going to be able to stalk up closer.
I think we're gonna go back to the vehicle because we can't stop.
No, they see us,
Everything's
yeah.
gonna see us. So I think we're gonna go back, and then we're gonna go literally back on our road, and from that tree line come in.
Okay. So we decided to change our tactics. We've already been hunting for 3 days. We want some success. We switched to the long gun. So grabbed my 6.5 Creedmoor, I'll see him. Brought the truck into a bush. We then slowly stalked up. They knew we were there, but we were far enough away. We weren't making too much commotion that they seemed to be okay. They would go back to grazing. We got into the bush, and then it allowed us time to evaluate the herd. We spotted a nice golden bull right in the center, and so just kind of took our time and ranged it. I'm not gonna get any closer. Checked my scope, set up for the right ballistics. 100. All right, you want me to take him?
Yep.
Makes it beautifully center. Little rear of the crease, but still a good shot. I got him. He's in with the herd. Ooh, he's still running strong. He's turned. He took off, and he's running, and I reload, and I have him in the scope, and he's passing the other bulls and all that, but I was able to track him the whole time. He maybe went 100, 120 yards, turned, ran back, and then you can see that the adrenaline was wearing off. He was starting to stumble, and he went down.
Gonna go. Oh!
Yeah. Stay down. And yeah, 416 yards was the shot. He's done.
Yeah.
He's with A1 now. So hard day's work, buddy.
Hold on. And so for the shot table on the
Yeah.
animal and in Africa. And it's a gold.
It is.
Hold on. That's a deserving beer now.
Yeah.
Hold on. Good shit. That was solid. And you heard the top.
Yeah.
Yeah. Straight in. And you could have seen everything. That was nice. Well done.
do. They don't make it easy. Like my nemesis. Everybody was excited there. Romano was excited. I was excited. After 3 long days, we got our first kill of the hunt, and longest shot I've taken in Africa on games. So there was just a lot to celebrate there, and what a great specimen of a golden wildebeest. So now the hunt was on, and we were super excited about that.
Cheers.
The party PH of all of Limpopo.
You sound like King Julian from Madagascar.
I'd like to be a professional whistler. I'm pretty good at it now.
I
like to move it. I like to move it.
After shooting the wildebeest at 416 yards, again, just confidence booster, getting back into the groove of hunting. And we knew that we were going to get close on the croc, and we would switch it back over to the subsonic ammo. Now that we had corrected the error in the 0, I felt fine going after the crocodile with it. So we took a drive up north and searched for crocodile. Not too hard to find them if you know where the water is. So there was a river, there was a few dams from that river, so it's usually not too hard to locate a croc if you know they're in the area. We got up this morning after a long night, and we had a 2-hour drive to this property that has some dams and a river that goes through it. Good croc area. There's hippo and just a lot of other stuff there that's gonna, maybe be a part of this hunt. We gotta be very quiet right now. It's got a very technical hunt, small stock, but yeah, excited to get this croc, shoot an old dinosaur that was walking around before I was even thought of. So I'm excited. We get to this area where there's a dam. They've seen crocodiles before. We get up to the dam and we spot a very nice bull croc. We're pretty sure he's at least 12 feet. Found one more area, stalked up, got within 70 yards, and had a nice sideways shot. We get set up on the bank, and I put 2 right behind the smile of his skull.
Yep. Are you kidding me?
I felt they were well placed for what it is. Again, it's a very small circle, and the first one didn't react much, and that was shocking. Reloaded quickly, put 1 more there.
Keep going.
Then we saw a reaction. His mouth opens wide, and he turns, but it's still not the violent reaction you usually expect when you hit it. So then 2 more behind its front leg, trying to get into the vitals. And again, just, they're hitting him. You can hear the impacts. They're going in. He's reacting to them, but still it was just weird. It wasn't the reaction you expect to see. Finally, he rests his head down. I think it was a total of 7 shots.
I think we can come closer.
Okay. Oh, that guy sucked up a lot of bullets.
And we knew we were going to shoot multiple times because, again, you need to just put rounds in it, pin it down so it doesn't get away. But we see it kind of lower its head. we feel pretty good. Shit, I mean, it doesn't look that climactic, but holy crap. So first shot, I went high, which he gave me 70 meters. I was trying to do the math real quick.
Yeah.
This gun can have a 4-inch spread from 25 to 100 with the subsonic, so, but he's a wide body, so I thought I had plenty of room, but I put one over him, which sucked. Surprisingly, he stayed. Yeah. Because that usually doesn't happen. And then obviously, like, I was able to correct real quick, follow up with a shot, and then, but man, just not much of a reaction from him, and so you just got to keep shooting. You got to pin him so he doesn't get in the water. And man, he sucked up some lead.
Yep. I thought he's gonna start like turning into the water, but he didn't.
And that's why I just kept shooting. Is I was kind of waiting for his
reaction on him.
Usually it's a violent reaction, and so I was just, I probably didn't need to shoot him 7 times, but
rather safe than sorry.
We start to work our way towards it, and again, animals are tough, and just because they're wounded or they're in the process of fading doesn't mean they're gone.
But this one is not dead.
He's not dead?
No.
Chris, our guide that we were using that day, gets up to it with the stick, and oh yeah, immediately that mouth just opens and just snaps at him. At that point, I was like, wow, to be that close and to see that mouth open, to see the power that it still had, even though it was pinned, it wasn't going to go anywhere, but you did not want to be within reaching distance of that mouth or tail. That got the adrenaline going again, and to be that close to an animal that has that much power was impressive.
All about shot placement. That's
yeah.
That is what it is. There's no other explanation.
Congratulations.
That freaking croc, man. Jeez. Just a resilient freaking animal. Ever since I took an interest into hunting in Africa, I knew I wanted to Cape buffalo. I came my first time with just plains game in mind because I wanted to learn and understand, knowing that Cape buffalo would be next on the list. We learned a few lessons from yesterday on the crocodile with this short gun and the ammo. It has a squashing a little bit, but again, 2 different hides. The croc was better suited for solid point ammunition, and didn't know that. Now I know that now. So next time it'll be better. But yeah, so it should do better on this buffalo. But now that we've kind of wrapped up a lot of the other hunts, the priority will be the buffalo. So we're spending a couple days just tracking, trying to find this herd. We had spotted them a few times. We were trying to get a good look at the bull, and we'd start to push them. They'd move off. One night late, as we were headed back, we actually found them and got a good look at the bull. But it was too late, not enough light to shoot, especially in that type of situation.
Right there. I was like, there's 2 bulls.
He's like, yeah. I'm like,
no, but originally I'm going to say that.
Buffalo, fuck, that's so hard.
I can't wait to talk about this shit.
We let the stalk continue the next morning. We were able to find good tracks leading to them and got on them.
All of a sudden.
A lot of activity. Everyone's super excited this morning. We're gonna get after this buffalo.
They were in here, Mark. They walked through here.
We're definitely on them. We found their tracks early this morning. They did a little bit of circling back, but we found the cleanest tracks and a little bit of their scat left behind. Then we came across this mud pit, and there's all types of tracks. So they definitely circled in here, had some drink of water. We're pretty sure they've moved into this thick stuff. We had some really good stalks. We were close. We just couldn't get them in the right light or get them out of the bush where we could spot the bull individually from the cows. And then we pulled off, figured we'd let them rest.
From the back there, I saw them running as well.
It's getting exciting. They went in that thick stuff where we thought. We hopped in the truck and drove and spotted them right from the road. I mean, they were about almost crossing the road when we came around the truck. So they got into some thick trees. Took a minute to spot them, see where the bull was. As soon as we got off the truck, to work around and get them to move. They moved pretty quickly. They just knew that we got off that truck and they couldn't see us, so they got nervous and they moved. And so we've pushed them back from the way they were coming. And yeah, now they're probably out here, so we just need to try and look for maybe some fresh track and continue the stalk. Later that afternoon, we find them again. We knew they were in the area, and so now we're going into the thicket.
Kind of back where they were. And they're still moving.
We have visibility at times from 10 yards to 15 yards as we're going through. And so your nerves are pumping. You just don't know what a buffalo's gonna do. They really don't want anything to do with you, but if you just kind of stumble up on one, you just never know. So yeah, that was really tense. We did 2 long stalks through thick stuff. And so as we come out of the second thicket, everybody's just a little out of breath, and we spot them in the open. So we try to move into a position. We really wanted to be about 50 yards. You see the bull, and he's quartering 2. They range him. He was about 120 to 130 yards, which was a little further than we wanted to take the shot. But when you're hunting, you have to look for opportunity. So we're all out of breath. Romano puts the sticks up, and he's like, "You gotta shoot, you gotta shoot." I shoot, but it happened so fast, even the camera couldn't get on and focus on the buffalo. And I really can't even recall what I hit. Wasn't able to get a second shot. It moved in with some wildebeest and some cows, got behind some trees, and ran off in the thicket. Now we're in a bad situation. We potentially have a wounded buffalo. Everyone seems to feel pretty confident that it was hit.
But it was high dust. So it looked like you hit him because he's brown because of dust. So
Yeah.
that is what I think also. But I couldn't hear the. Could you hear the thump? I can't hear the thump. There's only 2 guys' fault it could be. Mine and Mark's. Unfortunately. For both of us.
So what now?
I'm still not 100% sure it is a hit or not.
Okay.
So, you know, the way of walking into this, I need to kind of make sense to myself what happened there. If I'm not sure where he's hit, or even if it is a hit, you know, he's gonna be fucking aggressive. He's gonna, and I'll be ready for it because I'm gonna walk in there as if he is aggressive and hit. But yeah, it's just this area is looking for cock.
We don't know how bad it is at this moment in time, and he's in the thicket. Most dangerous situation you could actually be in. So at that point, the hunt is very much on. And so we decide to use the truck at first to kind of go through and find it, because it's very thick in there. And last thing you want is a pissed off buffalo and be 5-6 yards from it and not know it.
Let's go in here on the truck and just see if it crossed the paths. And then we can stop on that side and he can come up, because then he can go 500 meters that way and 500 meters here. Otherwise he can only go 500 meters that way.
So we use the truck, we're looking for tracks, we find the tracks, we can't find the herd. We spend the next couple hours just trying to see where this could go. We're looking for blood, we're looking for any evidence. And we're losing the light, and we gotta head in. And that's a horrible feeling. So I asked us to regroup, and we decided to go out for a little bit of a night hunt, but all that's on my mind is this buffalo. So we're out there at night just with lights, and we come into this open area, and I just happen to turn the light on to the left, and I see the buffalo's horns, and it's all the cows, and right there's the bull. He's with them. So that's a big relief. We spotted the bull. We now know he's still with the herd. We're not sure if he's actually been hit or wounded yet. It's hard to tell. We really couldn't see much, but the good thing is he's with the herd, so he's gonna stay with the herd, and we knew we could start the hunt over tomorrow. Yeah, these things happen. They're wild animals. It can't be scripted, and it's almost like a brand new hunt again. We'll get it done today. That's what hunting's about. It's not always gonna go perfect. You gotta be okay with that, even though it might not feel good. So we got on stalk, we found their tracks, and we knew they were and we had a feeling they were gonna push down from this mountainside into this open area. And so now we're like, okay, if that could happen, it would be great. Kind of waited because we could hear them in the thicket, and the tracker was able to kind of get eyes on him. And then we just kind of waited, and next thing you know, they moved out into this open area, and so that's great.
Run!
The bull's there, the cows are there, they're taking their time, they're grazing, they're kind of seeing us. And so at this point, we're like, great, second opportunity. I am just thankful that the bull's there. We get another opportunity. Because it was such a large open area, we knew it was either going to run for a long time to the left or it was going to get back into the thicket. So I definitely wanted Romano and Ruan backing me up, because again, high percentage chance this buffalo is already moving. We need to take him down. There's no other option here.
Just blow his nose.
He lines up again, almost the same shot as yesterday, 120-ish yards, and it's a frontal shot. I would have loved for it to be closer, and would have loved a broadside shot, but we weren't going to get it. So I aim for center chest.
Ready?
I take my shot. This time, I feel good. It hits him. I see the impact. I see the dust come off of him. He backs up and then starts to run. Romano takes a shot. Luan then takes a shot, and it went spine, and you just hear the death bellow come out of it in the dust, and we see him go down. And then the cows all split. So we got it accomplished. It was fantastic shooting. I mean, it was 3 great shots from all of us, right where they all needed to be. And so, great group effort. We're excited we got the buffalo down. So we set up for the spine shot, and I put 2 into the spine. And next thing you know, you hear a noise coming from the right. I look over, and it's probably 10 to 12 cows that were coming down looking for the rest of the herd, and they were coming fast. Romano was quick to give instructions to the group. He's telling us to get to the trees to the right because it's away from the bull. And so we're moving there while keeping eyes. We're getting ready to shoot, and thankfully, you know, they realized we weren't the buffalo, and they kind of backed off. But yeah, little excitement because it got the heart pumping, and obviously that's buffalo hunting. It's dangerous, and you want that excitement, but you also want everyone to be safe at the end of the day. So yeah, you got a little bit of everything in that hunt. We definitely got to stalk and pursue the buffalo. He was a tough fighter, and then just dealing with the herd and the cows, and to see that all unfold was awesome. I will remember this hunt forever.
Fun. Good. Everybody. Well done. Well done, man.
Every hunter wants to feel that pumping
Yeah.
when there's a little bit of charge. Obviously, we were concerned about him, but as soon as the shots went off, we heard him coming out of the brush, and you see, gosh, maybe 10?
That was about 10.
10, and they're kind of just spreading, and we only have a few open trees to kind of get behind. Just goes to show you, one day of hunting can be completely different from the other. Yesterday, a lot of good stalks, ended in frustration, and today, everything went right. Spotted buffalo early, we knew where they were, and they funneled right into this open area, which is what we really wanted. I was able to put a good first shot on it. They were running, and yeah, there's good days and bad days. You just have to persevere and keep moving forward, and you'll get it. In the end, it was hit on the first day. It was a good shoulder shot. It's just at that distance, it didn't quite break the shoulder the way we would have wanted it to.
Come look at this. There's a hole in him.
There is. You think that's where I got him yesterday, maybe?
Might
Yeah,
be.
because it was a different side. Yeah, that's it.
That's not an exit. I mean, you can feel it's hard on the edges.
Yeah.
It's nice, eh? Yeah, it's a good goal.
Things can be frustrating and hectic one day, and then
Yeah, just
the next it works out,
Yeah.
and it's a successful hunt. So
And I mean, we kind of let it happen, like just having patience.
it was celebration time. The black labels, the Zamalek, the lions were flowing, cigars, and we just had a good time the rest of the afternoon, just celebrating that buffalo.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Thanks for always having backs, and thanks
Thank you,
for a good hunt.
What did Will Smith say in Independence Day? This is our victory dance.
There you go. Oh, nice. Thanks. Oh, een old cigar smoker. There you go. You see, I'm bloated now. You know, you're in that vision of still hunting the buffalo to make sure everything is going to go accordingly. And I hear the brush from up top there coming down, and I thought it's them with the tractor, but not registering that where's the tractor sound. And then Eddy is like, fuck the buffalo. I'm like, oh fuck. It was fun.
It was. Another one. Wow. Okay, that is awesome. That was good.
That's why it's actually good that you shot the buffalo last.
When she saw the crocodile one, she's like, that's so awesome. She's like, but you used a Q gun, right? And I'm like, well, yeah, but it was probably just, you know, like, they're like, it'd be so awesome if they could make one with a Q gun. I'm like, that would be really hard. And
well, there you have it.
That blows my mind. I mean, you got the zebra
and
the blue.
Yeah, he literally tried everything.
I mean, your scope kind of looks like it as well.
Yeah, no, I mean,
it's very close.
My best PHs and my backups.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Appreciate it. Well done. Congrats.
Today's probably going to be the day for the 40 PHs of Limpopo.
To be honest, that's I don't even care about him mocking me there, but I would take it just because you got a buffalo and it's a big celebration. So anyway, cheers.
So now that the buffalo's down, we still have one more day to hunt, and so we're going for Cliff Springer. So we head out away from the lodge into the Waterberg Mountains. Great area for bush buck and kudu, and again, we're looking for Cliff Springer, this little rock jumper animal.
Hey, run! Kabula yun. Drop on my fence, kabula yun. Hey, Sunny!
We're somewhere in Africa, I have no idea, and we just found the best trackers in the world. This is gonna go great. So we head in the mountains and we go up the mountain ledge. We find some small tracks. We find evidence that they were there, and we move up the mountainside. We could hear the baboons calling and yelling, but really nothing. I saw something run across the rocks, but I don't think it was a Cliff Springer. So we head back down. We decide to head to another area. So we're in the Waterberg Mountains of Africa, looking for Cliff Springer. We come across this hut with two men that say Bushmen for hire. They say they're the best in the area. They took us up a pretty steep mountain, so they're good climbers, but you know, the search continues for the Clippies.
But when I drive you up again, I should drive slow.
We spot a jacket and a beanie and a little cache of food, bread, and some Coke on the ground. It's a poacher.
Yeah. They break the gate. There's a gate. I said, the accident.
That is unsettling for multiple reasons. We don't know who, how many, or what this person's going to do if we encounter him. So now we got to kind of keep an eye out for this poacher. He probably knew we were there. Probably held down in the tall grass because he heard the truck coming, and he wasn't going to pop out. Yeah. They took their lunch. Yeah, now we have to keep an eye out for the poachers while we look for the cliff springers. So, yeah, fun hunting. Now that kind of changes the dynamics of we're keeping an eye out for this poacher while looking for the cliff springer. So we're running this ridge line and we're just glassing, looking for it. Yeah, in the end, it was really thick bush and grass, and we didn't get on the cliff springer, and that happens. There's plenty of times you go out and look for an animal and you don't find it. Afterwards, we dropped off our guides, headed into town, got some lunch, came back to Romano's RDB's property, and did a little more driving to see if we could spot some cliff springer here. Nothing really presented itself, and so yeah, no cliff springer this time, but this is not my last trip to Africa. Far from it, and something to look forward to on the next trip. At the end of this hunt, it was much different than my previous hunt in Africa. And we knew that going in, we wanted the challenge. I wanted to test myself, and it didn't always work out, but you learn from it. And we had a lot of fun while it happened. And thankfully, you just have to have a little humility and understand that, you're here to experience life, and took a lot from here. And at the end of the day, while we had our setbacks, and sometimes it took a little longer than we expected, or things didn't work out the way it did, that's part of the adventure. And so I wouldn't change any of it, and I'm going home with my head held high, and cheers to a successful hunt.